Hiphoptictacticians of the world.
And we're back.
And we're back.
I've been gone for a bit. I'm glad to be on air for once.
I know. Happy to see you. Happy to see you, man.
Thank you.
Very pleased.
Mr. Overtime, right?
Yeah, dude, for the rest of the month, and then we're back to normal.
So drinks are on Zach for the rest of the month, and then back to normal.
Sure.
Right, that sounds really sad. No, we're not getting that.
So how is the prep for the move going?
It's been great, dude. I'm so excited. I'm not gonna lie. There's not like I haven't been doing much like actual prep yet. It's still like 2 months away, but well, month and like 3 weeks.
Do you have a job?
Not yet. No.
Okay.
I'll be like Diamond Mine is based out of Ottawa.
Oh, okay, so it's
close. Very close. So I'll be able to do some stuff there, but like a full-time job, no.
So you're leaving Lindsay?
Yeah, man. I'm if I haven't filled you in on this yet, Nat, I'm moving away to Kingston. I have a bunch of friends out there. Basically, like when you live in a place like Lindsay, right? Like all of your friends that you go to school with and stuff, they move away real quick because it's like real small and secluded and no one wants to be here. So I'm just going away to where all my friends went.
Oh, right on.
I'm really happy that you're doing that, and I'm probably like between 15 and 20 years older than you. I can't remember exactly. I'm going to tell you something. I came from a place that's smaller than you did, and I left when I was 18.
That's what I should have done.
For exactly that reason. The whole time I was like, I can't wait to leave, can't wait to leave, can't wait to leave. And I moved to Toronto, and I've been trying to go back there. And now, do you think I can afford a house in that small town that I grew up in?
It's probably rough.
And like the people that stayed, great big. I'm just saying.
I have to agree.
Open, man.
I have to agree because I left Yarmouth, Nova Scotia when I was 18. 18. Came here and have been trying to figure out how to get back. However, the difference is I can afford a house up there.
It's way easier than here.
But where would you work?
That's the problem. I'd have to be near the city to be able to do any of that. And it's oversaturated anyway with everything that I do. But yeah, that's a whole other story. But either way, it's exciting for you. I'm happy for you.
So now that the three of us have caught up a little bit, Nat, introduce us to your friend.
I'm so excited.
Wagwan.
Wagwan, brethren.
I can put on my part-time Jamaican accent now, but I can let you do the intro on that because you know how we just do it. You know how we just get down.
I love it. To our listeners, I've been trying to get this gentleman to chat with us because I just find him quite interesting. And clearly, he's not from here. He's from another moon. No. He's from the beautiful island of... Why don't you tell us about where you're from, brother? I don't need to speak for you. You speak for yourself. Tell our listeners about you.
Who am I? I mean, like, that's an interesting question. I mean, I've been listening, and I hope I'm not speaking too quickly, right? Because I was somewhere over the weekend, and I thought I was speaking, very clearly, but people still could not understand me, and I'm like, whoa. I start having to like type for people and what's not, but Nat didn't tell you all my name, but I guess I can do my intro myself because speaking is something that I do a lot of. But yeah, guys, my name is Riz, short for Riz the HypeMan, and essentially I'm an MC hailing from Barbados 246. And I am here in Toronto or Markham, Richmond Hill. I'm in Canada for the next couple of days, and I had the opportunity to catch up with Nat, and I was like, hey, we still can do this interview, we still can do this chat that we were supposed to do since last year.
Yep.
So, yeah, I can't say that I am enjoying the weather all the time because it has sinus acting up, but it's good to be here. I'm just a fun-loving guy. That's the best way to put it, the most accurate way of putting it. And I mean, people just seem to like my personality wherever I go. So yeah, fun and fun. That's me.
So you're only visiting. You work with Nat, but you work remotely, I suppose.
Well, I work in our Barbados office. Yeah.
Sweet.
So I get to travel to Canada every year to come and visit my friend. And
So how does that work that Natalie doesn't get to travel to Barbados every year? This doesn't seem fair to me.
Well, I don't know. We'll have to talk to the bosses and see. Yeah, we can.
Damn the man.
I'll get her to come down. I know I'm gonna I'm gonna destroy my computer this week and tell them, hey, I need Nat to come and check my shit out, man.
That's what I'm saying. That's
I think there's a scheduled IT emergency during crop over.
Oh yeah, for sure. You can come from July 1st. That's when it's scheduled maintenance.
Yes.
July 1st up until the first week in August. Routine maintenance on all of our laptops, all of our IT systems during that time. And it's going to be a hell of a time. So I mean, that's the best opportunity, and the weather's quite nice.
You need an assistant, don't you, Natalie?
I sure do.
Yeah. So
I need my audio visual guy. That's you, Jason.
Have Gaff will travel.
And we can get Zach to come down, to provide technical support.
Oh yeah.
I think you have a really good case. Nat, I need you to present this to your management team tomorrow, please.
While we're in office,
I'm going to Barbados.
Yeah, I actually get that a lot. When I come to Canada, people are like, hey man, how's the weather in Barbados? And I'm like, it's pretty good. They're like, did you bring some sunshine? And I'm like, yeah, I got some in my pocket.
You do the Canadian accent very well.
He does. I knew this was gonna be a good
Really
talk.
well.
Oh my god.
So it's like I'm here for like 2 weeks, man, and my nose has been bugging the shit out of me because my sinus have been just tripping.
Yeah.
And this weather is so bipolar, man, because like today, tomorrow it's like off the freaking chains with the temperature and the weather, and I'm like, I can't deal with this, man. I gotta go wrap up underneath the sheets tonight. Oh man, it's crazy, but we surviving, man. We survive.
And it's all work people you're talking to mostly too, right? So sustainability, synergy.
Yeah, you're using all of these, triple syllable words and stuff. So I gotta really use my encyclopedia.
Oh my God.
All right, so let's rewind back a little bit or a lot and tell us when you fell in love with music.
Yeah.
Oh man, like I fell in love with music from, I want to say, as young as like maybe like 7, 8. Like yeah, no, I grew up, I have an uncle that he used to play a lot of Bob Marley on the weekends, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big reggae fan, so I know the show is, the Hiphoptictactics. I hope I'm getting this correctly, right? Hiphoptictactics. There's a lot of ticks.
Woo! Yes! Zach, I'm gonna need that sound clip isolated.
Hiphoptictactics. But yeah, I'm a big reggae fan, right? And a lot of the music that I used to listen to growing up was reggae. And Sizzler's actually my favorite reggae artist.
Just one of them days.
Yeah, so I'll share how I got the name first, right? So I was looking for an email address when I first created, Hotmail and what's not. So, Sizzler was already taken by, I guess, the artist himself. So I'm like, hey, my name begins with R. So I'm going to take the R from my name and I'm going to just put it and replace the S in Sizzler. So my first email address was actually Rizzler_@Hotmail.
Like
and then
the papers.
That Rizzler was actually a type of, like rappers, bamboo.
Yeah.
I'm not the youth. So it was like, well, hey, you know, me, Rizzler in the crank. So I actually shorted the name Rizzler, because I'm also a big Wiz Khalifa fan. Prior to him going commercial, you know, brought orange juice, cushion orange
Yes, yes, one of the
juice,
greatest mixtapes of all time.
correct, Huey Newton. So all of those mixtapes I used to listen to, and I was a big Khalifa fan. So
Have you hold up one second? Let me interrupt. Have you heard Flight School?
Flight School, you mean the mixtape?
Yeah, that has one of my favorite Wiz Khalifa songs ever. It's called "Name on a Cloud."
Oh, listen, come on, man. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Put my name on the
Amazing.
song, that's me.
Amazing.
So my friends actually started. I'm the nickname king. So I used to give myself or even some of my friends a nickname. So I started calling myself Riz Khalifa. But
Okay.
I like it.
I dropped the Khalifa, and when I started MCing, that gradually went to Riz the Hype Man, and that name is stuck. So people just call me Riz for short, but that's the name in a nutshell. But I fell in love with music from a very, very young age. Tony Matterhorn was actually my favorite DJ before he started singing Dirty Wine and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I would listen to Tony Matterhorn, Clash Hits, with Bass Odyssey, Fire Links, Rodigan, all of these big songs. And it just snowballed from there. So always been, a music lover. Anytime, I'm in I want to say I'm not feeling good, I'm in a mood, I would just try to find, the music or the genre of music that, goes well with the mood that I actually am in or trying to get in. I'm also a big Tupac fan. So when people ask me, Tupac or Biggie, who's your favorite? Tupac. That's my guy.
So it's funny that we went from Sizzla to smoking, and I'm gonna tie it together a little bit. So in hip hop, we've got a song called Not Quiet Storm, sorry, Shook Ones Part 2. And when you hear the ticking at the start, you know exactly what it is, right?
Click, click, click from the.
Okay. So sometimes I'll be out somewhere and I'll hear a lighter flicking come over the speakers and I'll get excited. And it sometimes give me a try. And I love that shit. That's the one.
We also do have a song called "Quiet Storm," and it's amazing.
Yeah, but I meant the.
Yeah, I know what you meant.
I get the same feeling when I hear the. Doom, doom, doom.
Yeah.
I can't hit those notes, but we can definitely try.
You're killing me, man. All right, so clearly you understood the what today was all about. I mean, you said that you love reggae and all that, but you dropped Tupac, right? And you dropped Wiz Khalifa. So I know you have a love for hip hop.
Oh, listen, I got a love for hip hop. Not a lot of stuff that I hear now, but I grew up in the 90s, so I think that was like the best time musically. I mean, I might be biased, but if you think about a lot of the music that people really, really enjoy now, I mean, outside of our parents and what's not, people or DJs, artists usually gravitate towards that 90s music, be it from the R&B, where you got, your Boyz II Men, and your Mariah Carey's, and your Babyface.
I was barbecuing with SWV right before we started.
Oh, come on, man. Yeah. That's it there. But yeah, I'm a big hip hop fan. As I say, Tupac is my artist for sure. And I don't know, something about his music, it just resonated with me growing up, and he's definitely the artist that stood out for me, at least within the hip hop genre for sure. And I mean, he's well known, yes, but as I said, he's definitely up there for me. I was actually not a big Jay-Z fan coming up, but the older I got, and then when I really started to sit down and listen to some of Jay-Z music, I was like, yeah, boy, this is my heart.
I'm with you on both of those, and I think that one kind of ties in with the other. I was such a loyal Tupac fan that it wouldn't allow me to like Jay-Z until like 10 years after he passed. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? This is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
But I went through a phase where like I didn't like Biggie or Mobb Deep or Nas, or because I'm 42 now, so I was 13 when Hit 'Em Up dropped. So you can imagine like how dumb and impressionable I was at that point when like my favorite MC comes out with like that. You know what I mean? Like
track.
Imagine you're in high school right now when like Not Like Us comes out. This was me in grade 8 with Hit 'Em Up, right?
Yeah.
So I'm with you on that. So let's get specific about Tupac. What's your favorite Tupac album?
My favorite Tupac album would be, well, I can be honest, right? Some of them I don't even like remember the name because I'm getting a little older here, right? I'm getting a little older here, so I don't want to say that age is catching up on me. But I really, really love, like his album that had Until the End of Time.
Okay, I think it was called Until the End of Time.
Correct. And my cousin actually had like, he did like a 2-disc series.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Right. So my cousin, funny enough, she had, this 1 and this 2, and I go by her and listen to this album, like repeat, right? And as I said, because like at that point in time, hip hop was not necessarily my main genre, but I just started to gravitate towards it as I got older. And I grew up in a household where, my granny would be like, no banjo music in here.
Yes. Understood.
So, we can't really listen to, the music too loudly in the house because it got a lot of cussing and swearing, but I think I was during the rebellious years, so.
I think that's why I liked it, to be honest with you. It was my headphone music that like that last 40 seconds of Hit 'Em Up had like enough swearing to get me through the whole day. I didn't need to hear anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
so
I'll tell you this, right? One of my favorite albums though of all time, The Chronic, 2001, Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my favorite track on that is actually The Watcher.
Things just ain't the same for gangsters.
Uh-oh.
They're not the same. You know what I mean? Not the same. And when you hear the intro, you hear that car just yo, what up?
We're gonna have to play that tonight.
Yo, things just ain't the same for gangsters.
That's so awesome. That's so awesome. I think this would work out perfectly, just because you're so far away from us. Like it clearly shows, like we're all connected in one way or another in regards to our love for certain genres, and there's obviously a trend with us here. The 90s, I think it had a little bit more oomph and more depth to the music and to the lyrics and to what they're trying to say and stuff. Versus now, I have a hard time understanding a lot of the music.
A lot of the mainstream.
Yeah.
If you use Tidal the same way that I do, you're gonna have all these different customized playlists, and playlist 1 will be Slum Village and Tribe Called Quest and De La Soul and Common, and playlist 2 will be Griselda and Jadakiss, and they'll tailor 8 playlists to you every day based on your listening. So if you listen to shit, it's going to give you shit. If you listen to good stuff, it'll find new good stuff for you all the time.
Definitely. But I mean, music is one of those things that definitely brings people together, and that's the beauty of it, because sometimes you will hear music, like I listen to a lot of like Afro beats. I actually like a lot. I'm a piano now. I try to diversify my like musical ear, so to speak. And my musical palette has definitely grown as I've gotten older. Like I would be out now and hearing songs that my parents would listen to, and I'll be like, yo, I actually like this shit now. this is actually good music, and you're singing it loud.
Yeah.
Like a party yesterday in Barbados, right? And you know, from one of the snaps that I saw, like many people posting with one of the DJs that were playing. Guess you would not guess the song that all of these people, and I mean different age groups, were singing.
What?
I'll give you a hint.
Try me. You can't. I'll tell you a story after this that blew my mind. You tell me now, and you
Okay,
can't
well,
surprise me.
you
You
want
can't surprise me.
want me to tell you the song?
Tell me the song.
Can We Talk by Tevin Campbell.
That's not so far out.
And when I say like all age groups, I mean like 20 plus and up. And obviously the older folks bumping our stuff, right? But when I see youngsters, like people that are younger than me, that were probably not even born when this song was, you know, like furthermore, like these DJs, they play songs, and you know, sometimes people will be like, how them know that music?
Well,
But
Complex made a list a couple years ago of the top R&B songs of all time, and somehow put "Can We Talk" at the very top of the list. I don't know if it even belongs in the top 25, but they put it at the very top. And I think that kind of gave it a bit of a TikTok springboard, and it's very popular now. Yeah.
But I would say it's definitely one of the most popular ones that, you know, DJs back home can play.
Interesting. And
we actually started to do a lot more like throwback parties. So like this, I actually played at one, you know, a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And they actually there's another one coming up later down in the year. And outside of that one that I did, there was actually like a couple more like 90s theme parties and like that sort of vibe, where like you seeing a lot more of this music being promoted, you know, people loving the vibe a lot more. Like you can actually go and sing these songs. I think that's what a lot of people like as well, you know, like you can go feel that vibe and actually sing these songs and really party and, you know, get to be into the music as we were back, you know, back in the day.
Yeah.
So I DJ'd a wedding, I want to say 3-4 years ago, and it was for St. Lucian's. And I didn't do my research ahead of time, and I started playing reggae, and they were like, this dumb white guy, the only white guy in the room doesn't know what he's doing. And true enough. So this guy came over, and he was feeding me songs, and they were hitting. And he told me this one song, and I said, "You're trying to get me killed, aren't you? This has got to be a joke." And he said, "Man, if you play this song and it doesn't hit, I'll leave you alone for the rest of the night. And if it does hit, I get to pick the next 5 songs." I'm like, okay, fair enough. That song was "Achy Breaky Heart" by Billy Ray Cyrus. And when I tell you that it packed that dance floor, and I'd never seen any age group I was like, what the hell is going on here? It made no sense to me whatsoever. And it still makes no sense to me. I don't know if it was just that family that had an inside joke, but
it actually has to be in it. There's really no other explanation.
Well, I mean, sometimes these definitely surprise you because, I mean, I've been in parties, like, you know, I MC, as I said, with like my DJ, and we're in the party, and sometimes, you know, you would be like, all right, listen, you know, let me switch up the vibe a bit.
Yeah.
Just give them something a little different, and people just start like, yeah.
Just like that.
I couldn't believe it.
I know where you're coming from with that, because it's like, yo.
Oh, actually, that's not what happened. It wasn't that he got to pick the next 5 songs. He said he got to do the next mix. I was like, okay. And he mixed it with Billie Jean and like nailed it.
Wow.
Nice.
I just like
that's what happened. But I couldn't believe that Billy Ray Cyrus hit at the party that Sizzla didn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny thing. You know? That's life, you know. That's life. Sometimes you just got to do the unexpected shit and it can work out.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So listen, I want to respect your time and everything. And like I said, it's going to be a 30-minute chat. We're almost reaching that.
We could push, maybe if you want to go for another, you know, like 10, 15. You know, I'll probably cut it off at 15 so that my girlfriend don't kill me.
No, we don't need any of that. No.
We don't need any of that.
Work tomorrow with my neck bandage. You know, like I kind of extend and, you know, things didn't go as they planned out, but you know, I could chat for a little longer.
Well, this is what I want you to do for me then.
Yeah.
But you have a little bit more time with us. I do this to everybody. I don't know if you know many Canadian artists because we do like to. You do. You might. Well,
You
yeah.
know, partner Aubrey.
Well,
I'm my
there's a
friend.
Canadian artist. So what I want from you is we have a playlist that we always put together. So half hour we chat, then half hour we have some jams that we play, and we ask our guests to just give us 3 songs that we can add to our playlist. It can be Canadian, I prefer, but if not, whatever you want us to play that you're feeling right now from the energy that you've gotten from this interview. What 3 tracks would you like our listeners to hear from you?
No, I'm gonna be honest, right? You know, you said music the other day. I'm feeling that shit, man.
Oh.
So like, if you're gonna be playing music, you know, on your podcast tonight, you know, I am going to be quite honest and say I am not that familiar with all of these other, you know, Canadian artists. But you gotta play stylistic. You gotta add that to the playlist. I'm like, yo, when I get back home, right? I'm gonna bump this here so on my YouTube, and I'm gonna be like, all right, cool. Just roll in back. And they just roll in like, yeah, we outside styling.
Okay. What side of the road are you driving on while you do that?
We actually drive on the left side of the road.
Okay.
Yeah, a little different. Different vibe, different flavor. Okay, so you gotta put stylistic into the mix. I'm not sure if you did already, but if you haven't, then you gotta do that one for sure. I was feeling that one. It was like, yeah. Roll me up a doobie.
That's exactly the vibe.
Yeah, not on this one, right? No, one other song, because you said I can add 3 songs to the playlist.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So the other one that I want you to add is Huey Newton by my guy Wiz.
Okay.
It's a good one.
Yeah. That's one of my... Sure.
I want you to pick a Tupac song as well.
Oh, you want me to pick a Tupac?
Yeah. I'll balance it out with more Canadian stuff after to make it'll be fine.
Well, I'm going to be honest. Like, one of my absolute favorite Tupacs is Until the End of Time, you know?
There you go.
Because I love the sample that, you know, they use for that song. And I was like, yo, yeah, this one here. So I probably had it on repeat when I first heard it, you know, over and over. Like, Pop must be in his grave saying, this nigga gonna kill me again.
Oh, shit. That's hilarious. All right.
So that's 3. So that means I get to use my bonus option now because, you know, you told me I have to put it in Tupac.
Yeah.
After. All right.
Okay.
So, since you spoke about crop over earlier, Mr. Tic-Tactician, I'm going to let you hear one of my favorites so far for the crop over season. You know, right now it's a song called FWT.
Okay.
And I'll tell you what it stands for. It stands for fuck work today.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I can get with that.
Right?
Yeah.
And, the clean version, if you don't want to use the F word, you can say frig, F-R-I-G, frig work today.
Yeah.
Right? And it's by an artist by the name of Jaguar the Champ.
Nice.
Right? I'm going to let you hear just a little snippet of it. You know, put it in your rotation for sure. I actually have another one, right? But I got to put in this one because that's my boy. This is one of my, you know, like childhood friends from school.
Yeah.
He also has a song because he brings out music. A guy by the name of Just Smooth. I'll send you the link on that.
Yes, please.
Right? The name of Just Smooth's song is Up Inside of That.
And that I don't think these songs count against us because they are classified as world music.
Correct.
We're perfect. Okay.
But
We'll
I'll let
do this for
guys
you.
go first because I say like that's one thing that all of us can resonate to.
Boy, the supervisor called me up, asked me if I'm coming what I didn't lie.
This was my reply. Not work today. I'm not going no because body place and it's woman day or it's party in day.
Oh boy.
That's
Yeah.
gonna be my new alarm clock sound.
Yeah, it has to be. It totally has to be. I'm rocking with it. Thank you for sharing that.
I'm fed up on the work. I have to save time for the lightning.
I'm missing behind the truck. With all the bad gal whining, co-worker keep calling me phone. I find that them out of timing.
Them out of timing. If I answer this device. No, just before he comes back into sing the chorus, right? He said, you know, his co-worker called him up, you know, but he realized that them out of timing, right? And then he says, but it won't be nice if I answer this device. So that work today.
I love that.
I love it.
I love it.
That's on repeat for me. Thank you.
Yep. Yeah, that's this year's Drink Water and Mind My Business.
Correct. You know, our holiday. You know, holiday. Today is the holiday. Yeah, that's the Asian version there.
So we used to have a radio station in Toronto called Flow 93.5. They've moved to a different frequency, but it's not the same now. And for like 5 years, for maybe 2 months before crop over, leading up to it, they played these commercials for these radio contests, and they had played this sound clip. Blah, I'm going to Barbados, and it was these contests for crop over. And every time I hear Barbados now, I just hear that commercial in my. It's crop over.
Yeah,
you can win X case by Hayes International.
Let's go to Barbados, where you can duck work and have all the fun under the sun.
This is fucking awesome. I appreciate you, Riz the Hype Man. I really do. Thank you so much for coming by. I appreciate you. I really do. Tell all you people back home about us.
All you hip-hop-tic-tacticians.
The hip-hop.
You can't say you people anymore, Nat.
Oh, I can't. You peoples.
You can't say you people.
My apologies.
Why can't?
That's a whole other conversation. I'm not going to sit here and spend the time.
We just say you hip-hop-tic-tacticians, and then they can't get offended.
Yes.
Shout out to the hip-hop-tic-tacticians.
That's wonderful. That's a perfect sound clip. Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna isolate that drop as well.
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
Oh, maybe we need one with your name too. It's Riz the Hype Man, and you're listening to Hiphoptictactics.
Yeah, can you do that for us?
You want me to give you Canadian version? I'm gonna give you two. You're tuned in to the Hiphoptictacticians, and this is Riz the Hype Man. Tune in each and every week on repeat. Or it's your boy Riz the Hype Man. Yeah, you know how we do. Beijing 246 in the building, and you're tuned in to Hiphoptictacticians. Keep it locked.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really good.
I liked it. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Peace and love. You know that's what we do all the time.
Thanks,
I'm
man.
playing at the Navy Club in Oshawa this Saturday for Anthony and Rebecca's Jack and Jill. Come by, hang out with Isabella and I.
I'll be back in
better music than what they're gonna pick and win some prizes.
No.
And yes, Mr. Riz the Hype Man, you know, when you come back, you're back on here. All right?
Hey, listen, I don't even have to come back. You just need to send me the link.
Yeah, I think they have the internet in Barbados now.
Yeah.
Don't be rude. Don't do that to me. Don't do that.
I wasn't being rude. I'm just telling you, you don't have to wait until when I come back. You know, like if you want to be like, hey, Riz, you know, if you're available today, let me know. We can, you know, jump on the
You
street.
can call us from the beach.
Yeah.
Well, it might be a little.
Call us
might be a little
during
bit.
crop hole.
Ah, you're correct. We're actually, you know.
Oh, our reporter on the street, our roving reporter on the street, Riz the Hype Man, live from
We've never done
Crop
that.
Hey, just tell me when. Just tell me when.
Shit.
I actually going back Friday, and I might take in, you know, a couple parties, so I might see if I get some visuals for you, you know, get some content and be like, hey, drop that on your, you know, podcast. on the stream next week. You know, sprinkle a little Bajan in there. That'd be good.
Love it.
Wonderful. Thanks again. We appreciate you, like I said. And to everybody else, stay blessed. Till next week.
Peace.
And love.